Why, yes, it is back to school time. And if you can't tell by all these empty notebooks and teacher lesson plan book, I am getting ready to take you inside our 2015-2016 curriculum final decisions. Yep. If you don't know, I am a homeschool writer mama. So I'm a writer and I homeschool 3 children, and journaling is a big part of my life along with writing, but also this homeschool journey. So I figured I would add a little hodgepodge to these videos and take you inside a new chapter of my life. Okay, cutest kid ever in the background just then, right? That was my youngest, and he is 11. Multiple grade levels. So I'm just going to start with that. I have a 10th grader, an 8th grader, and then a son that's in 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th in different subjects. So with that being said, I want to go into some of the things that we're doing this year. So this is my husband's choice, A Child's First Book of American History, and we are supplementing with Rush Limbaugh's new books. We are super excited to get those in the mail. We have not gotten them yet. They have not arrived. So we'll be going through this together as a family, and then we'll be reading the American history books that he has written, along with some books from Lafayette. I'm not exactly sure the website, but if you Google Lafayette books, that'll come up. My husband is he's very big into politics, and he is taking over our American history chapter of our homeschooling. All right, I saw these actually in our local homeschool bookstore, and I am in love with them. All you homeschool mamas. Okay, so we heard them speak. Someone from the Critical Thinking Company came and spoke at a homeschool convention. Gosh, this was probably 5 years ago. And my husband and I fell in love with some of their curriculum. And somehow I did not realize that they have a math curriculum out. So I picked up, like, I'm so in love with the way they do things, that I picked up math for each of my kids this year. So I have mathematical reasoning, and this is for 3rd grade. I have understanding geometry, which is middle school and high school grades. It actually says 7th through 9th. So I've got one daughter that'll be going through 1, and then I have another daughter that will be basically reviewing, but I loved this book so much that even though she's 10th grade, I'm excited to go through this, so she's going to be going through that with me. And just let me show you. So, just because I'm totally in love with this. Okay, so for 3rd grade, and that just happened. You guys are used to that though now, after me dropping the gift that I got my friend in the last video. So, just to show you, in the I think this is the very first. Yeah, the very first lesson for 3rd grade, they have them writing checks, you guys. Like, this is a very logical, critical thinking math curriculum. This is having them take the number, so 2,717, break it down, and then write the number. I'm super, super excited about this, and I don't want it to fall again because I totally just dented the front of that, which I love, but my daughter is going to totally freak out about it because that just means it's loved, right? Well, to her, not so much. All right, so I got the 3rd level D, I got geometry, and I got algebra 1. Okay, on to, that's some fun coloring stuff. My son loves Explode the Code. And so we are, I think we'll be finished with level 3 before the school year starts. So we are actually, yeah, he's halfway done with level 3. So So we'll be going into level 4, and I just realized Explode the Code and Beyond the Code are supposed to be done together. Beyond the Code is not meant for after Explode the Code. So we're adding Beyond the Code with his Explode the Code, and I bought a nifty little teacher's guide which has even more suggestions and activities to do with kids. He loves this. The whole reason I bought this is because I took him with me, and we went through before Explode the Code, then Explode the Code, and he loves it. So I picked up more of those. North Carolina officially recognizes sign language as a foreign language, and I checked my oldest daughter, she's 10th grade. I looked into the college she's wanting to attend, and they also recognize sign language as a foreign language, along with many other states. So we are diving in because my husband and I both took sign language in high school and fell in love with it. So we are all very excited to dive into that this year. Spelling Power, this is our 2nd year doing this, and we love it, so we're going to continue with it. I've got kids in different, it literally goes through, like, what's it say? It goes all the way through, like, college. So you can start with basics of spelling and go all the way. So I've got, my 11-year-old, 13-year-old, and 15-year-old all in the same spelling book. This, I think, is her spelling. I can't exactly remember. So Encyclopedia of Presidents, which will go along with American history. Cursive, because my children are not exempt, even though our state does not teach cursive anymore. It's our choice, and my children will all know how to write in cursive. So I have that for my older 2 right now. Papers, clipboards, notebooks. This is our 2nd year going through grammar and writing. This is a very in-depth program, and we're just kind of taking it a step at a time. They'll probably be in this for a good 3 years, just because it is so very in-depth. I'm actually using this along with some other things, which I will show you in just a moment. Okay, back to another bookshelf. So, along with that grammar and writing, I have one daughter, my 10th grader, is wanting to be a writer. That's what she's going into. She's going to graduate and she's going to go into a creative writing program. She already knows which one, already knows the college. So with that Saxon grammar, she will be going through these 2 things. She's going to be writing down the bones, and doing every exercise in here to go along with her passion for writing, along with William Strunk Jr.'s and E.B. White's Elements of Style. This book is amazing, so I'm super excited to have her working through it and implementing the different things in her writing. She'll be going through that. My 8th grader likes poetry, so along with that grammar, she will be going through Poem Crazy by Susan Goldsmith Woolridge. I've read this book twice. It's amazing. She'll be reading each chapter and doing the exercises, along with diving into this beautiful book by Brian Andreas called Story People. This is along her style, the style she loves, so she'll be doing that. Okay, so in addition to grammar and history and all of that stuff, all of our kids voted to do nature studies again this year and nature notebooking or nature journaling. So we will be using the Handbook of Nature Study. This was last year, but let's move that out of the way. All right, so we are going to use the Handbook of Nature Study. We're going to do nature walks, and whatever they find that interests them, we will come and look it up in this and dive deeper. And then we will also be adding that to a nature notebook, which each of them will have their own large sketchbook to draw and journal, and just to keep up with all the different awesome things we find. We will also be reading through Extreme Nature, this All About Reading collection that my son got as a gift and is super excited to get into. I mentioned earlier when I was going through history about the books my husband has picked up, and here's just a few. This is, I'm pretty sure he got that on that website. I can't think of the name of it. I think it's Lafayette, which he owns the Lafayette book. And the kids, I mean, we're already into a lot of these. Against the Gods, you can see where we are. We're reading it as a family. This one is The Adventures of Jonathan Gullible. Man, I really wish I could find the name of the specific website that we get these from. I will look and I will enter it down below in the description box because it's an amazing website. Okay, what am I missing? Read alouds. This is not a curriculum-based thing, but we are going to be going through read alouds, and what I do there, I'm taking you guys through a whole look of my bookshelf, and that's my husband's shelf, as you can tell. So here's a bunch of read alouds and some literature. My girls will be reading Martian Chronicles and War of the Worlds and things like that, but they will each get to pick what they want me to read, which was my friend Christine's idea, which I will link her website below, or her YouTube channel. So some of these, you know, The Witches, The Mouse and Motorcycle, Johnny Tremaine, these are just fun morning read alouds before our school gets started. So those are up there. The girls, you can see some of theirs, like Lord of the Flies, Of Mice and Men, Shirley. These, I'm going to show you where these come in. Okay. Last but not least, you might recognize that photo from Gilmore Girls. And another one. Okay, so Gilmore Girls, if you guys have watched it, if you have teenage girls, you will know Gilmore Girls is the bomb when it comes to a teen mommy-daughter TV show to watch. So Rory Gilmore loves books. And I found this on Pinterest, actually. There was a man, Patrick Lenton, an Australian writer. He went through and created a list of every book that was referenced in the entire series, whether it be in photo, like a photo reference, or Rory actually mentioning the book. So he went through, and there's 339 books. So my girls, I'm allowing them, because they love the Gilmore Girls, I'm allowing them to pick any of these books, and they will go through one a month. So every month they will get to come through, and you'll notice some of them are highlighted. That just means I own them on paperback. I have one daughter that loves Kindle, and I have one daughter that only will read actual paperback, you know, in her hands books. So that's why I went ahead and marked the ones we own that she can read. I've not gone through and marked all the Kindle ones we own yet, but so they will go through every month and they get to pick a book, and they read it in 1 month. They can read it as fast as they want or as slow as they want, but by the end of the month they have to be finished with it. And every day they will have copy work done directly out of their book. So if my daughter's reading Pride and Prejudice, she will copy a paragraph a day directly from Pride and Prejudice so that she can see where they're putting the punctuation marks and capitalization, and it's just fun, and it also documents what you're reading at the time. So that's what my older two will be doing in literature. They'll be picking classics, you know, Wizard of Oz, Wuthering Heights, all of these awesome books that are from this that they have an attachment to. And it's awesome. Sorry about the dog. Yeah. So that's basically the gist of our homeschool curriculum planning. And these are all the notebooks for copy work and everything else. I still have a little more stuff to get, and I would gladly do an in-depth review on any of these curriculum choices you've seen that you would like more information on, or go into I'll probably do a video about this awesome $1 teacher lesson plan book that I found at Target and how I'm using it. And then my planner, this is my regular planner.
So I keep these two together, and maybe I'll go into that. Who knows? You never know what to expect from me. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and happy homeschooling to all of you homeschool mamas out there.